Trade or keep Chris Paddack for just over $7 million, assuming a team would take on that salary. I'm not sure the Twins would get much in return, but it would be salary relief. Paddack was incredible in the playoffs against the Astros last year. I think that parlayed into a lot of hope going into the offseason. Hey, we're losing Sonny Gray, but Chris Paddack, he was nasty. It wasn't a great year. He does do a lot of things the Twins really like, which is, I think, is why they traded for him. Good fastball. He limits walks. The extension, we've seen the Twins go after starters with those qualities in the past. He was 127th, though, in xWOBA this year, minimum 1,000 pitches among starters. That puts him at about a 4 or 5 starter in a 5-man rotation. You divide that by 30 teams in Major League Baseball. His fastball was good. Again, he has a good four-seam fastball, but everything else, including his calling card changeup when the Twins traded for him from San Diego, it was the worst ever this year. Changeup, not good at all. The slider, essentially worst of his career on everything but the fastball. And 88 innings, 4 or 5 starter. Is that worth $7+ million? Look at the curve as well. The worst xWOBA since 2020. For a team with a higher payroll, maybe that's worth $7 million just to have the depth, but for the Twins, this is the current status of the rotation. You have options. You got David Festa, you got Louis Varland. You potentially have Zebby Matthews who could fill in that spot on a minimum salary if you want to save the $7 million. There's just not a lot to shed here. It's unfortunate. There's not a lot to shed in the payroll. So it might be Chris Paddack as the guy you look to. Teams always covet that depth, including the Twins in the rotation, and knowing them, I'm sure they would prefer to keep him around, even if you do get 88 innings of a 4.50 ERA or whatever it may be for Paddack. His injury question marks abundant, but I think the Twins need that $7 million. They don't have a first baseman. There's other holes to fill. What do you think? Should the Twins trade or keep Chris Paddack?